to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground.
Alright everyone, welcome back to Stormworks, and welcome back to the absolute behemoth that is the Jacob ship. So last night we ended off, we did a bit of work on the bridge, we painted the roof just for a laugh, and we kind of left it that we would figure out the rest of the bridge. So we're going to have another bridge here, but we left that so that we'd figure that out today. And now we need to figure that out. So I've been having a look at the ship, just kind of looking around. I've been also looking at photos just to see kind of a bit of inspiration really. And I'm also kind of now thinking we should add a helipad, unrelated to the back bridge, but yeah, I think a helipad would be a pretty interesting thing to have. So I put a poll out on Instagram. Don't know that many people have seen it, but yeah, put a poll out and we'll see how that goes. But also let me know in the chat if you would like a helipad, because yeah, why not? Prime King has arrived. Great to see. So far 3 votes for helipad out of 3 viewers, but still. So we'll leave that until a bit further on into the stream, but for now what we need to figure out is the bridge. So last night we were kind of talking about how we're going to do it. So are we going to have a big massive bridge that goes all the way out to the back and then it kind of controls both sides, or do we have a smaller kind of control room at this level? So if we imagine this wall here tore down, and then you can look out onto the work deck from here, and it means it's quicker to get up to here from the deck, and it's equidistant from the bridge and the deck. Whereas the alternative would be to have it a part of this bridge here, which would be a bit more difficult to get to from the deck, but there are ways around it that we'll look into. So what do we start with? That's the question. Neaten this up here, this big hole that I've cut in the ship. Also there was something I thought of that I've now forgotten. Something to do with up here. Ah yes, this room in here. Well, there isn't a room here, and that's kind of the point I'm going to make, is we're not going to do the room up here. So the way we have a wee room at the back that you can access the inside the legs from. We're not going to do that at the front because we don't have enough space, and we would have to make this a lot narrower, which isn't necessarily a disaster, but I'd rather just keep it the way it is for now, and then we can just have a look inside this if we need to. What I think we'll start with today is the access into the roof of these. So the idea is that you will be able to climb up onto a ledge here and then access inside the pole. So if we look at the top of the pole, there is the platform, obviously, that I actually did this off screen, but there's a platform here, and then you've got stairs coming down into it. So you can access in here from the ship theoretically. They do need to be all the way down though, which is the one kind of drawback of them. But we can figure something out for that. Most of the time they'll be fairly level anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So all this is going to be is a ladder. But yeah, we'll do that now. So it's going to be the same color as that. And let's see, where's the middle? So because it needs to be off-centered from the middle. So we'll do a big ladder down, and then every second rung we'll do a gap for style points. And then this stuff here we can do up to the top, and same there. And then we'll do a bit at the bottom here that's kind of curved. Right. Okay, so while we're doing all this, I'm going to go into the voice chat in the server. So I'm wanting to join the server. It's linked somewhere, I think. So we're just going to have ourselves in this, and in that way we can talk to anyone who's in. What button do I have as push to talk? Okay, we'll do
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Oh, I've muted myself. Hello.
Hi there.
How are you?
Hello, thanks. How are you?
Yep, good. Pretty good. Just working on the rest of the bridge and stuff.
Okay. So, are you going to go with that helipad or not really?
What is it, sorry?
Are you going to go with the helipad or not really?
Hang on, I need to change your settings here.
Okay.
Okay, try it now.
1, 2, 3, testing, testing, testing.
Testing, testing, yep, I can hear all that.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah, what were you saying there?
Yeah, I was asking if you were going to go with the helipad or not.
I completely missed all of that.
Okay, we got some problems over there. Okay, are you going to go with the helipad or not really?
A helipad?
What is
I think so, yeah. I think we're going to do a helipad.
Yeah, well, you want to have it because you know you kind of constricted with space, right?
Well, it's going to be off the front of the bridge, so it's just kind of going to be on top of the bridge.
Oh yeah, but that's at the front, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be at the front, so it's not going to obscure the back in any way.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's yeah, I think that's kind of the only solution with a design like this.
Yeah,
It's just have it on the bridge.
and hopefully it'll look pretty good as well, because you see some of the ships that look like that and look pretty cool, so that's the look we're hopefully going to get.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I'll work on that a bit later once I kind of figure out what kind of design and stuff I'm going to go with, and then yeah, once I've figured all that, we can do some work on that. How is the communication system for the ships?
Actually, I just finished the comms, and yeah, it's going pretty good. I mean, It's working. It's working really well, but I'm just kind of finishing up. Just trying to get some. I was just trying to get a feature that would that will flash a thing that would let you know that you have a new message, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
have to guess. So I was just trying to put that in, and I just did. I think I will want to implement a map where you can see other ships in the net.
Yeah, that would be good. So you can kind of
Yes.
you can make your course
yeah.
to them rather than sort of just having to find them.
Yeah. Have a better awareness, you could say, because net the numbers are all good and shit, but the map just kind of gives it more visual.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I want to have that. The messages work. It's like, I don't know, 17 of them or something, and I just couldn't come up with anything more, so I just left it at that.
Yeah. I was thinking actually if we made like an autopilot system, or even if we just used one off the workshop, that might be good because we could integrate it in. So maybe I don't know how difficult that would be,
yeah.
but if it's possible, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've shown you, but I have the screen. My MFCD has like 6 pages and all of that, and it actually
Yeah.
has an autopilot which is integrated in it with like
Yeah.
5 waypoints in it.
Pretty.
So yeah.
Yeah. So that
I mean, you can try that. You can just try something of the workshop. It's going to work, it's going
Yeah.
to work just as well.
Yeah, well, we can give it a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But yeah, it might be a handy thing to have if you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere and you need to get over to a ship, but it's a bit like dark or something and you can't really see them.
Yeah, true. Oh, wait, are you talking about implementing an autopilot that will follow other ships in the link, or?
Yeah, so you could kind of just put their GPS in. So you you could just use their GPS feed instead of having to like type it in. It's not really saving much time, but it's just another wee feature, kind of.
I mean, you might be not saving time, but you don't have to adjust it every time someone moves.
That's true.
So
if they're moving
so
about.
you're just home on an. But for the same thing, you can just use the IDF. I think it's kind of simpler. It's already implemented.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can just think about it because the GPS is there, so we can as well feed it.
Yeah.
That's no problem. Not a problem.
Just made a wee platform on the bridge, sort of on like the wing of the bridge, to get into the legs. So if you're watching the stream, see what you think of that. And anyone else watching the stream, give us your opinions. And then I'll make another one. It's identical. I might actually copy and paste these ones. Let's see, where's the copy paste thing? There we go.
Do you have a favorite color scheme? For a screen.
A color scheme?
Yeah.
No, these colors are just so that you can, when you go into the paint tool, there's a thing that you can replace color. So basically any color, say this purple, if I click on that with like a green or something, it'll change all that purple to green. So it's just so that in like the kind of beginning stages when I don't know exactly what color everything's going to be, then you just do like a random color.
No,
that you're not...
what I was I was saying as a color, in a data screen.
Oh, in the data
like,
screen. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite color scheme? Because I have this thing where I can just change the color scheme on the spot and like have a couple of them saved. So I can just do that.
Not actually sure what color. maybe
Black and
like
green,
yeah, like something that you're easily
black and
able to
orange.
easily able to tell. Black and orange maybe
Yeah,
good, yeah,
black
for,
and orange. Yeah, sounds pretty good, right?
and then you can see it easily in the dark and stuff.
Yeah, essentially.
I think I've messed this up a bit, haven't I? Okay, just quickly change that over. And then we can respawn this in. Actually no, we need to add the extra block. So this one here wasn't tall enough, so we'll need to add an extra layer to that. And then get that up to that level. Center it with the center of the leg then, and in that way when that king comes down they're all lined up nice and level. And here as well, and then at the back. It's good right there, and finally here. And then we'll just build up the ladders again. Now, the difference is these ones at the back won't have the support of the wheelhouse, or of the superstructure. So they will need their kind of own independent support, and they'll also kind of need a different design for here. So they will just have a full kind of cage around them. And then we'll fill that in with that. And then we'll have kind of like a support thing here, which I'm not going to do the same color. Right. So ladders then. A ladder every one block all the way down to the bottom. Is that 4 blocks from the top, or 4 blocks from the bottom, sorry. Ah, that's not level. What have I done here? Are they level? They are. That's strange. Doesn't get higher up there, does it? What have I done? Ah, right, okay. Hopefully you're able to grab these. I hope these aren't too high up. But they should be completely fine. And then we'll get a straight pipe up here. Right. Not ideal, but it's good enough. So, what next? I think possibly the helipad next. Just to get an idea of what the ship's going to look like. So, let's just do a bit of research, because I want this ship to be fairly realistic. So, we want some helipad dimensions. Yep, that'll do. And then that way we can base it off a proper helipad. So, helipads are up to 15 meters in diameter. Or H1 helipads. So what's your H1 helipad then? What does the H stand for on helipad? What? I always thought it just meant helipad. Okay, H1. What's the difference between H1 and H2 and H3?
Jesus, dude, are you okay?
What is it?
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just have it on push to talk
Yeah.
because I was talking on the stream as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of make it sound like you're suffocating or something, so I just, I thought, it's just better to ask.
Oh,
And
on
not
the
have you
stream does
die
it sound
on
like that, does it?
No, it's just, you must have pushed something accidentally, I just made a
Oh,
dying
yeah.
sound.
No. Yeah. Don't know what happened. No, I'm fine.
That's good. No,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Thanks for checking.
That's fine. I'm just kind of really thinking really hard when else I can add, because I'm pretty kind of out of ideas, honestly.
What about a? So it's got a GPS feed. It's got. Is it got the map in it already, or is that something you're going to add?
Yeah, right, the map. Yeah, it's gonna be soon. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I should add that. But yeah, so far it has vessel type, GPS, X and Y, the speed, the distance and the heading, and the course of the target. And with that, you can access the video feed from the target, and you can send messages. 17 of them.
So, the vessel type and the name and all that kind of stuff, will that be sort of predetermined, like property block kind of things in the
Yeah. The vessel type is property. What's it called? Not the property slider. It's a property drop down, right? So far I've got 7 types because I was kind of lazy and just trying. I was just trying to see if it works, but yeah, it does. So that's in a drop down, and I don't think there's going to be a name because it would be quite a bit of screwing around to get a name in.
Will there be like a number or something to like kind of identify them, or?
No, I actually don't think that's actually necessary because you've got a network of 5 vessels or airborne vehicles or whatever.
Yeah, so you'll know what they are anyway, kind of.
Yeah, so you kind of know what they are, and you've got the type, and if you've got 5 vehicles in a network, like how many tankers can you have, right? Or how many helicopters can you have? So I don't think that's actually necessary. I'm just, it's just you can see it's number 1 and it's a tanker. You can see number 2 it's a cargo and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, that should work all right actually. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, you have that. And you have the messages. They were actually pretty well.
Yeah, the message thing looks really cool actually. Being able to send the messages in between them.
Yeah, you should see it in action. It's really cool. Yeah, maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe later or the next stream if you're like around, we could maybe go on multiplayer and do a test of them.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, I think we should actually test it in multiplayer because I honestly don't know if it's going to work in multiplayer because it works for now, but
yeah,
I know. I mean it should, right? Unless there's some super bad desync.
Well, then maybe, we'll do that soon. Then I'm gonna have a look through here and see what the stuff is for the helipad, what kind of stuff it needs, and then I'll set up a multiplayer game, and then we can try that out. Because there's no point in waiting until the very end.
I mean, yeah. If you want, you can go. Jesus fucking Christ! I lost the tongue in my mouth. Yeah, if you want, you can do it now. It's not a problem. It's not a rush.
Right. Just save this here then, and quickly go on to a multiplayer game.
I'll tell you what, this microcontroller might not be the biggest one I've ever done, or the most complicated, but it's the finest thing I've ever built because everything just has to work with each other, and if one thing is off, everything starts to fall apart.
Yeah, it needs to be very. There's not much room to play about, is there?
Yeah, essentially. And the fact that you've got you know, you've got to save data for 5 different targets. You've got to recognize which one you're looking at, which one which one you're trying to pull the data from. The messaging system in itself, it's on a whole other level, because you need to know which target is sending which member is sending a message, and you need to know what kind of a message you're getting, right? And then there's the challenge of making the message reach only one recipient and not all of them. And then there's the challenge of showing the message from the correct recipient and not from some random one. So yeah, it's a big thing, honestly. I think it was the biggest thing of them all.
Have you got me as a friend on Steam? I can't remember if I've added you or not, but I've got a multiplayer game up. Okay,
No,
my Steam is linked in my Discord profile, so if you wanna add that and then join up when you're ready. Oh.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Right, we'll continue on then with the ship then, while we wait to try out stuff. So, from what I can see,
You gotta just bear with me because I'm not logged in, in the browser.
Oh yeah, no problem. From what I can see, the diameter of the helipad needs to be 15 meters at least. So there's a thing called a H1 helipad. So there's seemingly... Ah, never mind. Helicopters permitted to use a H1 helipad. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's alright. Heliport rule interpretations for Canadian. Okay, this is the news.
Oh, hang on, you can put in the link, right? And in a thing where you can add your friends, right?
What is it, sorry?
I think you can search by the link, right? And on a friend thing.
Yeah, but if you click on my profile on Discord, you can click on the thing and then it brings it up. Oh, does it bring you into the browser actually?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it brings up the browser.
Oh, right,
so,
okay.
Yeah, I gotta look
Actually, I'll find one
okay,
of
never mind. Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine. I just remember I have my my credentials saved.
There you go.
In a, what's it called, the BitTorrent thing. So I had to search for it. Okay, so yeah. Got it?
Yep, got it.
Okay, I need to.
So 15 meter diameter. If it's kind of sitting out here ish. Have to go for like 2 seconds with phone's ringing here. Okay, BRB.
What was that?
Don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give
I don't
Alright.
think my game is enjoying me joining you.
I'm back. Are you joining in now?
I don't think my game is enjoying it, so I think I gotta restart.
Is it on? You're not on experimental mode, are you?
I'm not. Are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I just it started joining, and I got a black screen, and that was it. I just wouldn't progress any further.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see again. I think I know what was the reason, so we'll see.
So let's see this helipad. We don't want it to stick too far out, but also we don't want it to be kind of too close to the back, sort of, because these things here, it's going to be a bit of a navigational hazard. It's the helicopter's always going to have to come in from the front,
There you go.
or have them completely submerged, basically.
Yep, no, that's fine.
Are you in now?
Yep, I'm in.
Okay, I'll give you auth, and then you can spawn it in, and we can add it to a few different boats, I suppose, then.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, the physics were pretty bad for a second. That's pretty good.
Okay, should be able to spawn it in there.
Alright, hang on. I don't have it actually installed anywhere, so you'd have to bear with me for a moment.
If you want, you can, if you spawn it in, then I can take it into the workshop and add it to one of my boats, and then we can just take two different boats out, if you want.
Okay, well, if I spawn my boat, okay, no, it's actually not that bad, so I'm gonna do that really quick. I just need to set up the data link, you know, so just bear with me real quick.
No worries. So I can still, yeah, I can still use the workbench while you're in it.
Oh, you can use it? Okay, fine.
So what we need is 7.5 meters either side then, roughly, for it to be up to kind of spec. Oh, that's laggy. Let's see, 7.5. There we go, and then 7.5 back as well. So to there. And there. It's going to be a big old helipad. Obviously it's not going to be a big massive square, that would look ridiculous. It will be neatened up a bit, so we'll make it kind of like circular, I think. Or like hexagonal. Whatever the appropriate shape will be. I just need to look up because I'm not actually sure. Jack up ship helipad. Should set it up actually so you guys can see this. Okay, so they're kind of hexagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So an octagon. So what we'll do is we'll take an equal square off each side. So we'll do 3.5. Not entirely sure where I'm going with this, but I will figure it out eventually. Pretty much how I do most things in this game.
Are you looking at your boat? And the editor?
Let's see. What boat? The big.
Are you
are you
looking
seeing
at
the
any
big ship?
boat? Any boat, like because there's gonna be some hardware you will need to install. So if you can do that, then it will be easier for me to just set up.
Okay, I'll go in and save this one just quickly. I'll stick it on a wee small boat, I suppose. Have you spawned it in so I can take it back
not
then?
yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Right. spawn it in now, and then I'll grab it.
Okay, hang on. I'll just check if I've got everything wired up correctly, because I don't want to do it the second time.
Yeah, no worries. So is it kind of like a drop-in unit? Like you can just spawn in the unit and then put it in anything, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, just this microcontroller is kind of a mess at this point, because there's some debug inputs and outputs. So I just need to, you know, be kind of
Yeah, that sounds...
careful. You know, I just gotta be careful with it, because it's a mess.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't know, I think it's fine now. Can I spot it in?
Yep, all clear.
Okay. Okay, here goes. And hopefully works.
Is it in yet?
No, not yet.
Oh! Wow. So has this ship got the microcontroller in it?
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, do you want to pull this out of the way then, and then
Yeah, about it.
spawn, and you can even spawn this ship in again if the game can handle it. I don't know what the physics like on your end, but it's still relatively alright on my end.
Yeah, I got 25 FPS of physics, so
Yeah,
I mean,
on that as
as soon as I move it out of the way, it's gonna be
Yeah.
like, I don't know, 50 or 55.
so do you want to spawn in the actual
Okay.
unit itself, or just another one of these ships? Because if you spawn in the actual unit itself and then I just drop it onto one of my boats or just
Okay,
some
yeah,
random
yeah,
boat,
sure. Yeah, you
can
can
do
do
it
it.
like that.
Yeah, sure. Let me just move it out of the way.
Whatever is easiest. Is this thing jet powered?
Yeah, it's just there's a gas turbine.
Pretty cool. That's what we need in the
Yeah,
game.
it's
Gas turbines.
it's a joint project. This ship.
Is this the one
yeah,
that had
it's,
the dynamic positioning on it?
Yeah, this is the one that started it all.
Yeah.
This is the ship where I was collabing with Kobo named Walt, and he said, "Yeah, we need a DP." I was like, "Yeah, sure, but you know it's going to take like I don't know ages for me to do it, because I kind of wanted to do it back in the day, but I just had no idea how to." And I just
I still have no clue how you did it.
yeah,
I'm not even sure I want to know. It probably just hurt my head too much.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to be honest.
Ooh, she's quick. So
I'm just gonna
majestic.
park it.
Yep.
I'll just move it out of the way a little bit more,
Just
so you know it doesn't lag.
Stick the DP on and let it sit.
Yeah.
It actually rides really, really nicely, that boat.
The ship? You mean the speed?
No, just like overall, it just looks like a very smooth kind of, well, what's the word? Just smooth. Everything about it just looks really kind of smooth and agile and majestic.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's actually modeled after a real life ship. I really like. It's like my favorite ship ever. And I somehow convinced the hero named Walt to just do it, and he was like, "Yeah, sure," and he liked it. All right.
Yeah, I always find it easier modeling boats after real boats. I mean, it's nice enough being kind of creative with them, but it's always nice to have a wee bit of a inspiration to them.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Do you just want me to, drop it on a single block or something?
Yeah. If it can be if it can just be like kind of placed on a boat and hooked up to like electric or whatever.
Yeah.
Then.
There you go. Just. Oh, is it that?
Yep. So.
Okay.
Data link it was called. So what kind of things does this need hooked up to then? If I put it on.
GPS.
Put it on a wee starter barge.
Needs a GPS, needs a compass, needs 2 antennas. That needs to be 2.
2 antennas. Any particular size of antenna or just anything?
No, any. Oh no, it needs to be at least a medium one because you need to hook up the signal strength. So yeah, it needs to be a medium one. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot to.
Two medium antennas then?
Yeah.
Okie doke.
So like, if you're with the antennas right now, I just walk you through it because it can be a little bit confusing.
Yeah. Is the keypad a small keypad or a large keypad?
Small keypad is fine.
Okie doke. Okay, hang on. I'll just spawn everything in first and then.
Right yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. You do that.
So GPS, compass, keypad, and what else? Let's have a look. GPS Y, GPS X.
There's a video send and video receive. If you want to do that, but you don't need to.
Oh, what? Sorry.
No, it's just video send and video receive, but you don't.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Extra work. That's extra work. So you don't need to do that.
Well, the main thing is to test out the actual system, so
yeah,
we can do that some other time. Signal strength, does that come from the antenna then?
From the receiver.
The receiver. So, so a medium antenna and a medium receiver.
Yeah, no, I mean with the antennas, right? One of them is a transmitter, and the other one is a receiver. So for the receiver, you need to hook up the signal strength and the composite data from the receiver and the receiver frequency. And for the transmitter, you need to hook up composite data for that. And,
so is the receiver the radio video receiver?
No.
No. Oh, so is it just two radio RX mediums, 2 of them?
Yes.
Oh
yes,
right, okay.
Essentially.
I thought it was two separate things. Okay, that makes more sense.
No, it's just a regular thing.
Okay, so signal strength from one of them, and then does the receiving frequency go to the same one as the signal strength?
Yes.
Okay, and then the second one I assume just goes to transmitter frequency.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And you need to to have that constant on signal on the transmitter so it actually transmits.
Constant on. And hook it up with electric as well. So then composite, transmitter I assume goes to the transmitter, and then receive goes to the receiver, and then touchscreen would be the monitor.
Yep. Once you roll out your ship, I will have to bring in mine because I'm pretty sure I forgot at least 2 things on it.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, I forgot to hook up the transmitter to actually transmit. I'm done by now.
So, does the receiver come from the receiver? Yeah, it does. Okay, that makes sense. Right. Do you want to have a look at this one and see if it's hooked up the right way?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, you won't really know, unless you try.
Yeah, I'll turn on all the electrics. Oh, we've got infinite electric on anyway, so that's alright.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
So.
Oh, it's
what have we
actually this is
got?
actually pretty nice boat.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, there's one own. Okay, so it's a tanker.
Ah, yeah, we should customize it. Is the other one showing up as a tanker as well?
The other one isn't showing up yet. So let me just try the setting. Where's the keypad? Okay, this one. Yeah. So own ID 2. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a. Oh, okay. New member. Hang on.
Is that the other boat?
No.
No? Oh.
Yeah. I don't have a transmitter hooked up on that boat, so yeah.
Okay, I'll move this one
So-
out of the way.
Yeah.
And I've also realised the compass is round the wrong way, but it's
No, that's fine.
probably not too much of a big deal. For testing purposes, get them started up. Take this insanely fast barge out of here. Sort of accidentally
okay.
ended up being able to do 40 knots this boat, which is
Yeah,
a bit
that's
unrealistic. I'd say.
pretty quick.
Yeah, especially for a barge.
Right, yeah. I don't have the transmitter hooked up. I can see it because I don't even see my own boat in it. So yeah, that's kind of wrong. I didn't even see yours. So yeah, it's definitely screwed up. You actually hooked it up better than I did myself, and this is my controller.
Have you done
I'm
any
ashamed of myself.
range tests on it?
Range tests.
Like see how far away the boat can be before they kind of lose signal, or is that just kind of dependent on the what do you call it? Antenna?
Yeah, it's kind of dependent on the antenna. The medium ones have like 20 kilometers or something.
20.
So
Oh,
that's
that's
pretty
good.
far, but yeah, but you're going to run out of render distance before that.
Hmm. So the big boats, then we can have antennas that actually do something. That's gonna be cool. Usually my antennas are just for design. Be nice for them to actually have a purpose.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. I have to just hook it up again all over. Okay, maybe this time I won't screw up. Because for some unknown reasons, it just all disappeared. I don't know why. Okay, never mind. Let's just try.
Okay, just park this boat here. So, does it work out the speed based on the GPS?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it should. I don't know if it does.
I'll give this a bit of throttle and give it a test.
You should see your own speed.
Alright, I'll just get us going on a steady sort of speed and then try and see what it says. Okay, 6 knots.
Okay, so does it
And
show it
it's
correctly?
showing... it's showing 0.
Okay.
Could that be to
Yeah,
do
I
with the
think it's-
compass round the wrong way, or...?
No.
No.
I just screwed up. But that's fine, I'm just going to fix it. Hang on, this goes here, and this goes here.
I'll try a bit
Video.
faster because it's kind of... Could be just because GPS maybe isn't as accurate and like there isn't as many kind of points to it in the game. Maybe would that have something to do with it? Right, so that's...
I'm sure. I think I'm just going to go with a speed sensor because this is
yeah,
a little bit.
easy to hook up.
Yep.
Right, that's 44 knots, and it's still...
It's still 0.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
it should
showing
be
1
higher.
knot now, so I think it might be to do with the actual... Just maybe how the game works out speed, maybe? Or how the game works out coordinates, maybe?
Maybe.
Not entirely sure how it works. I suppose I'll keep driving at the sea then. We can test how far away these can go.
Okay, god damn it, please. I hope this works now.
So what should I see then? Oh, new member has come up.
Okay, new member, that means that it's working. The
Oh,
transparent is
and
working
we've got
for me.
ship 1 as well. Is now coming up. So tanker. Or is this us?
That should be me.
Yeah, 1,500 and actually I'll just set a waypoint on you. Keep that boat still for a second. I'll see if it matches up. 1.6, 1.6. Yep, that's you.
Okay.
I like
Does
this.
it show the distance? Does it show the distance, the bearing to me?
Yep. It's showing a distance of 1,700 and it's 1,700 for the waypoint as well. The heading is 331. Is that your heading or my heading? Or
No,
your heading?
That's your heading to me.
Right, okay. So that's not going to be right anyway because I've got mine set up wrong, but...
That's going to be fine. Because it depends on the GPS and not the compass.
Right.
So it should be showing you around 350.
327 it's showing me now. I'm kind of going...
So that's fine.
Okay.
And you should be reading my course to be around 180. Does it match?
Is CRS then your heading?
Yeah,
what does that
that's
stand
my
for?
course. Yeah,
Oh, course, right, okay.
should be 180 around.
Yep, 180, so dead south.
Okay. Okay, and if I just try to message you,
Oh, I just sent a message, actually.
I'm steaming ahead.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. Roger. Yep, nice. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It works.
I'm very, very impressed, I have to say.
Yeah, so am I. I didn't know it would work. I mean, I knew it could work, but
Yeah.
you you can clear the message. You can clear my message by holding the CL there for a second.
Ah, nice.
But yeah, whenever I message you another time, just going to override it.
So if I'm on the thing that's telling me information about you, so ship 1, tanker, all that kind of stuff, and you sent me a message, does it come up then over that? Oh, new message. I am stopped. Yes. This is really, really cool.
And if you haven't noticed, when you have the new message, the message button should be flashing.
Yeah, it was kind of glowing.
Yeah, it starts flashing on and off. And
yeah, actually, yeah. I noticed that.
Yeah. But it should stop as soon as you press it, and if it doesn't, then something screws up.
That's pretty cool.
Roger. Okay, now if you try that if you go out to the main menu completely.
Yep. So.
And if you look at me now, it will say a message next to it.
Yeah.
And then you can, just choose enter it normally.
Right. Oh, what have I done?
To tell you what, I think it's pretty cool.
I'm impressed. Working very well.
Yeah. Okay, distance 24 kilometers. 24 kilometers.
2.4. Should
yeah.
be 3.1.
If you want.
That's what it's saying for me.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Okay, wait, you are number 2, right?
Although.
Yeah, you're number 2.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just some, logic desync or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on 3.3 away from you. Oh, it's close enough. It's a good kind of rough estimate at least.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy it worked.
Yeah, and I'm about to crash into an island. Oh yep, message button is flashing. What's this? Entering a port turn. Lego Man. Oh, probably should have set a password for this.
Hello.
Hello, Lego Man.
Hello.
Just testing out a few stuff here.
Oh, if it just showed you, if it started flashing right now, I think it means something's gonna, it's a desync because I sent it pretty well. A new message, Mayday.
Shit, it's quick as well, that's good. I should probably stop this boat before it slams in an island. Very nice. Yeah, that whole system is really cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to use as well.
It's easy enough to figure out even without instruction.
Yeah.
So how does it work then in terms of like, can we have different screens around the boat? So say you've got a main one on the bridge that shows the message kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that you can see the messages and you can see all the ships on the database. Could we, with like a reasonable amount of work, I don't want you to work like completely waste all your time on this, but if it's like easily enough to be done, could you have it so that you can have say 3 or 4 different screens around the ship, so that maybe one at the back, if there's like a work area at the back, you have a screen there so you can see the messages without going up to the bridge, or that you can see the different types of ships nearby or the different whereabouts they are, that kind of stuff. So it's more of a, it's just a monitor, but then you need to go all the way to the bridge to actually send anything.
Yeah, I get it. You gotta let me think. Because you've noticed you've got only a single receiver, right? But there's 5 ships in a net. So the thing is that the receiver switches between frequencies, because each ship has its own frequency.
Right.
So it should be between the frequencies and just pulls data from the ship that you're interested in. So if I wanted to do that on I don't know. Honestly, don't know, because I know how to synchronize. Pulling data from 5 ships simultaneously.
Yeah.
And because the antenna is controlled by the main one, and then the slaves, I don't know how I could just kind of synchronize that, but I can try.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be really cool. But don't if it's like a massive amount of work, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I will try, but no promises.
Sounds good to me.
By the way, if you go to settings,
yep. Okay.
you gotta hold it for a second.
I'm gonna need to go back onto the main screen. Okay, settings. Yep.
So you see net ID, so you can you can choose the ID of the network, whatever you want to be. I don't know, 5,000 or something. So there's a lot of room to maneuver with the frequencies. There's a 6-digit encryption key, right?
Yep. So it's
So-
00001 on me.
Yeah. So if you change that to something, then what you will see when you click on me, my data will be nonsense, and your data for me will be nonsense as well. So that needs to match. So even if someone wanted to screw you, then this would let him, because he doesn't know the encryption key.
So how do we?
And
Is that where the keypad comes in? Do we just type in a random?
Yeah, you just type it on the keypad and just click on the encryption thing.
There we go. Have you changed yours as well?
Okay.
Okay. I'll go and have a look and see if I can see your stuff now. Oh, you're not showing up on mine anymore.
Yeah, because my game.
My game crashed.
Oh, did you just get dropped from the server?
It just instantly closed.
Yeah, same happened to me.
Oh.
It's Stormworks, it does
Yeah.
like to crash quite often in a multiplayer.
Typical Stormworks. Okay, there's Lego back in. 110, you're still in the game actually. Bit weird.
Oh, it takes forever to realize that they're
Yeah.
locked out.
Especially
They're
when they
not on the
crash.
server.
Oh, I'm down to 15 FPS now. Server.
Maybe you should disable how they call it, the drone ships, whatever they call it, AI.
Ships, yeah.
Yeah, because they cost a lot of lag.
Yeah, need to restart a new game though. Is there anything
Yeah,
else we
maybe
need to
you
test
should
out
do that.
on the multiplayer, or?
No, honestly, just the what's it called? Goddamn the video feed. But yeah, it's just going to work. If that works, it's
Yeah,
going to
if
work.
if everything else works, that's a
Yeah.
fairly minor part, so it's not even a key part, so we don't
Oh.
really need to worry about that. Right.
Um,
Well, do you want
Yeah, I'm in the boat at the dock, and it's looking pretty empty.
the big blue one?
Yeah, with the crane in the back.
Yeah, that's the one Hunter is working on.
Yeah. If you could not save it, please, because it's not done yet. I would appreciate it.
Oh, I can't do anything. He hasn't off me.
Oh right, yeah. Do you just want to stay in the multiplayer, or I just shut it down when I go back to building? Because I can leave it up then and you just could play together if you just want, but not really bothered.
Yeah, I mean we can try, but you gotta turn off the AI ships because they're causing a lot of lag.
Yeah.
Ah, modded windows. It looks like maybe I don't know. Yeah, modded.
Yeah, they are modded.
Yeah, because the reflections get
Mm.
broken.
Yeah, that's the reason
That's
as good as they are, I don't really like them because of that. 'Cause it's just, you can't see through them.
at certain angles you can't
Yeah.
anymore. You,
Just adds like a kind
And-
of opacity to them.
and you kinda, or if they're super big, you can just walk right through them.
Mm.
So
Yeah, on my first kind of big cruise ship, if you stood in certain places on the bridge, you could fall through on a wave. Which is why I stopped using them.
not a bad bridge you got up here. So far. I just need to get working on the
Stream lag apparently.
yeah, sure.
That could be the
Well, either way, what do you think about the thing?
The multiplayer game, actually.
Like,
That's
overall.
what it is. Okay, bad news. I'm gonna have to like stop the multiplayer game because it's lagging the stream a bit as well.
Okay, that's fine.
So
Alright,
yeah,
I'll do that.
That's okay. I can just work on the thing more.
yeah, right.
But yeah, like, what do you think about it, like, overall?
Overall,
The shape is nice.
Oh, I mean, thanks, but yeah, I was kind of referring to the microcontroller.
that microcontroller is amazing. I don't know how you did that. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
really cool.
I don't know either. I was just, mashing buttons. And it kinda
And
happened.
we've got a game crash. Yeah, it's very
but,
good.
But yeah, overall, what would you change? Because very good. It isn't much of a help.
Color. Remember you were saying earlier about the color palette for it. If we could find a good sort of match of colors. So didn't you say black and orange? I think that might look good. Just as
Yeah,
like a
I was
kind
thinking
of
about it too.
Yeah, that would be on brand for you.
good a good contrast with them.
Yeah.
So you can, if it's
Yeah.
dark or if it's really bright, then you can tell the two apart.
That's fine. I can just do that. No problem.
As for anything else with it, I can't think of anything that it would need, or if it would any other features it would need. The speed would be the only other thing. The speed sensor, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think you're
kind of
doing that
screwed
anyway,
up.
aren't you?
Yeah, I would have to check if I screw something up, but I don't feel like doing it. I'm just gonna put the speed sensor in there.
Yeah,
Not care.
we'll not judge.
Yeah.
Right, let's continue on with this helipad then.
But any other features like the map? I think it's going to go there.
Yeah, the map I think will be pretty cool if you can figure that out. That would be a nice touch.
That probably shouldn't be too much of a problem.
The only other thing that would be like an extra feature would be the ship's names, but if it's too much to kind of add, it's not really going to add much to it anyway. So it would only be kind of like if it was an easy thing to add, then yeah, but it's not really something that's worth spending a lot of time on. Right, let's see. How do I do a helipad then? Oh, I'm just thinking, if I do a helipad, how am I going to put... Where do I put navigation, like stuff, masts and stuff? Okay, that boat has it behind it.
Could it go up on the nose?
I don't know. Well, if it needs to be a lot of for the lights, a lot of the lights need to be high up, so they're not obscured. So they have a 360 view. I'm looking online here. There's a jack-up ship with a helipad out the front of it that has a mast behind, but maybe 10 or 15 meters behind the helipad. So it is doable to have it behind the helipad. Just kind of limits the amount of different angles that you can come in at the helipad from, but it's fairly limited anyway because it's got the jack-up legs, so I'm not too worried about that. So let's... Where's the middle of this? So what kind of shape do we want the frame for this to be? Do we want it to be kind of a big box, or do we want it nice and kind of angled and stuff? What way will work? Oh dear, I didn't mean to do that. That is something like that look a bit ridiculous. We have supports going back at like intervals in, maybe. What do we think of that stream? Does that look a bit ridiculous, or could we just about get away with it? Because if it looks bad, I'll just get rid of it, but yeah. See what everyone thinks first. Kind of thinking add like an extra block to the back here. And then that way we can have the instruments and stuff on that. We are also going to need stairs up to the helipad, so where do we do that? Okay.
I'm guessing this is all for the offshore wind farm?
Yeah. All the different ships. I'm going to make this one mostly on stream and then possibly ship 2 as well, which I haven't really started yet.
I can, or I would like to help out with.
Yeah, there's if you go on to the Discord like category for the offshore project, there's
yeah, I see the ship 2 that you were talking about.
Yeah. If you look in the Google Docs, there's a load of stuff still needing done, so if you think you can do any of them, then just add your name down. Really not sure what kind of stuff this should, or how it should look, this helipad.
Okay, I'm gonna look through
here. Maybe this will have to wait until I've actually done some research on what these should look like. I know they're not usually part of the bridge, so that's why I've left this kind of gap, so that if a helicopter lands and it breaks, it doesn't break the bridge as well then, in theory. Or what we could do is maybe have it out the front of here, and then that way it doesn't interfere with the bridge. It doesn't obscure the bridge when it's not in use, and then it doesn't require like its own kind of gear and stuff. Let me know what you think, and I'll change it around then. Right, what else could we be doing? What did I? Oh, we'll do the back bridge then. At least I kind of know what I'm doing for that. So I think a lot of people and then a lot of sort of common sense would suggest that the bridge goes like there. I might do it off to one side as well, so that way, say the crane is off centered, so the crane's there maybe, and then the bridge is here. It means that you're not sort of looking straight at the crane. You can see everything, and then you can kind of see a wider scope of things then. But we can do it either way really. Let's just grab a few of these blocks here. And then we'll go across here. Damn it. Oh, that's in the wrong place. That's more like it. Right, so we need a 1x1 wedge in here, and then we need now windows along the bottom. And then we need the big windows.
I sent you
Yep,
a
I'll get that now.
request to add my name to the
Yep,
interior of for one of the ships.
I will
Number 1.
grant you access now. Yeah, it's whatever ship you want to work on. Yeah. Right. Actually, forgotten how I've done this. Yeah. So each little box then has its own stuff. So you can just add your name to whatever one of them that you think you want to do.
Alright.
Right, then up here we'll have a kind of, it'll look like another bridge basically, hopefully, and hopefully it doesn't just look silly, because that would be a bit annoying. So these will just be kind of windows so that you can see what's going on above you. So if there's crane movements going on, that kind of stuff, you'll be able to see it all. Delete that above them.
Yeah, I applied for 2 and 3 to do the interiors and the other things as well.
Okay, so 2 and 3 is this ship that I'm working on now, and then the subsea one, which will be similar kind of style of ship, but it won't jack up. The interior should be easy enough to do on them, so yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Most of them will probably be fairly similar inside as well, just to kind of keep it like simple if you're not familiar with the ships. Everything's going to be the same on all of them, so all the same systems and stuff, just so it's easier to learn how to use them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, change the plan to that. We're just going to do them all the way across because I'm not entirely sure I like this design.
Yeah, what I love about microcontrollers is how you work on them, and after painful hours, they start working, and then you change a minor thing, and everything goes to shit.
Oof.
Doesn't sound fun.
I mean, not exactly everything, but I just changed the color scheme. Now you just can't see one thing for some goddamn reason.
Have you got?
can see it normally, but I mean, the thing is that what's weird about it is that you can see it normally, but the problem is the message screen, right? So you can see it normally, but as soon as you receive a message, everything goes black. You can't see it. So I'm thinking, what is happening? Because I don't see a reason.
Have you got like backups and stuff just in case you mess it up?
Yeah, no.
Oh dear.
But well, I'm going to fix it. Don't worry. I think I know the reason why. I'm just not sure yet.
It's a good start anyway.
Yeah. So we'll see if this because first, okay, yeah. So I had an idea and it wasn't it. Okay, good luck.
So, just gonna change the window over to Chrome again because yep, this is ship 3 then. So, just looking at inspiration kind of for how to do the sort of deck bridge. So what we need to figure out is how to make it look like it should be there, but also how to make it look like it's nice as well. Well, it looks like it's supposed to be there anyway, but how to make it look aesthetically pleasing. That's what the goal is here. Jack up ship deck. A diagram. Is that kind of what we need there? See, that's just a big square bridge. That might be an idea. Just do a big square bridge and then have everything. Although that's the same as having the bridge kind of all the way back as well. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we have a separate bridge to look over the deck, or should it all just be part of the one bridge? Yeah. I'm start. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. Because I was kind of going, like, inspired by the like the Royal Navy aircraft carriers, the way they have 2 bridges, or 2, there's a name for them, but I've forgotten it. But they have 1 bridge for, yeah, superstructure. So they have 2 superstructures, so 1 for like navigation and then 1 for air traffic control, but they can both double up as each other, so they can, like, redundancy as well. It's the HMS Queen Elizabeth, yeah. But I was kind of thinking that might be cool to have like that kind of style of bridge looking over the back deck as well. But now sort of starting to think that it'd be easier to just do it as part of the main bridge. Yeah, it's all about redundancy. So they can both do each other's jobs, but when they're not needing to do each other's jobs, then they can one functions as navigation, one functions as ATC. It is a bit weird looking, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Jump jets. Are you sure there's no catapult? I think there... Is that not needed for some of the heavier planes? Yeah, like the non-jet ones. Like if there's like mail planes or something landing or something, do they need a jump jet to, or not a jump jet, a catapult to launch them? Ah. Interesting. And they're not nuclear as well, so they can't sort of stay indefinitely at sea. I did. Yeah, I did watch a video on why it's diesel rather than nuclear, but I've completely forgotten why. Yeah.
And, you know, dealing with nuclear waste is,
Mm.
again, Britain can't deal with that due to the land mass. You have to rely on other countries if they're gonna.
That kind of makes sense as
No,
well, actually, yeah.
I think it's a pretty bad argument since you guys have the what are they called? Not sure about the names, but you have the nuclear submarines. So.
But there's only 2 at the moment. I think there's 1 in construction of the Queen Mary class.
Really?
So they only have them 2 carriers. So if one of them's
Yeah,
out of commission, getting refueled for like, what is it, like 10 months or something they need. Maybe not 10 months, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, if it's out of commission for that long, then they're down like
Wait,
half their fleet.
Do you actually refuel an aircraft carrier? I mean, a nuclear reactor. Do you do that? I
You have
don't
to
think you do
take
that.
it all apart.
No, I don't think you
have
do
to
that actually.
dispose of the old one.
Yeah, it takes months, doesn't it?
No, I don't
Years,
think.
actually.
I don't
Gears?
think you refuel that thing at all. But are we talking about refueling or decommissioning?
Refuel.
I
But
don't think you do that actually. It just lasts the entire lifespan of the ship.
Nope, they do get refueled.
Some of them do,
The
yeah.
US has.
Because
But
say it has.
lately they've been decommissioning because they don't want to refuel their nuclear powered ones. Just easier for them to just
Buy a
get
new
a whole
ship.
entire new, build a whole entire new one than refueling one.
That's pretty fun.
And the
You
newer
know-
ones are more efficient anyways, so
Yeah,
You know what
they'll
else
last
is pretty
longer.
funny? You know the Oliver Hazard Perry class, the frigate.
No.
It's an American frigate. It has a combined gas and gas power plant.
Is this?
And,
Are these the ones that
Sorry?
are being? They're being. Two or three of them are being scrapped because they're so bad. They were supposed to be
they're
like
not
revolutionary.
bad. They're not bad. They're actually pretty good. But just they are outdated.
It's the one I'm thinking of. I
and,
watched the video on it the other day.
Yeah. Anyway, the thing is that when you've got the frigate, right, and because you've got the gas turbine power plant, and the turbine spins at like 50, 60, or 80,000 RPM, and the propeller spins at what 100. There's a massive reduction gear, and they estimate that if that reduction gear gets damaged, one, it cannot be repaired, and two, even if it could, that would cost more than the entire, than just scrapping it and getting a new ship.
I think this
So
is
if the
the one
reduction gear-
I'm thinking of. It's
If they're,
is it the Trimaran ones?
no, it's like a sleek one.
A sleek
Uh,
one.
They've decommissioned it a long time ago because it's pretty dated.
Oh,
well,
it's
the-
already
the
been
funny-
decommissioned. Oh right, okay.
Yeah, they've been decommissioned like a while ago, 10, 20 years.
Ah, right, okay.
But some other navies use them, so that's that's how I know about it. And but yeah, the funny part is that the reduction gear, if the reduction gear gets damaged, you just scrap the ship because it's not worth it. You think it's just a stupid part you can just exchange, but no, the engines can get damaged, and it's still worth, you can still do an engine swap, but as soon as the reduction gear gets damaged, you just can't.
You sort of wonder how some people get into ship design with some of these ships getting made.
Which is again?
You sort of wonder how some of these people get into ship design and how these ships get off the line with such such massive issues with them.
Oh, it's not an issue.
yeah, and for their technology when they built the thing was top of the line.
That's true, yeah.
Eventually, it does, or after let's say 30 to 40 years,
Yeah,
it's obviously going to be out of date.
that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean the thing is that if the thing is damaged in that exact part, it's just not really an issue, because if it does, it's just you can just get a new ship. It's not like it happens every day or something.
Yeah,
it's mostly combat damage, because it shouldn't wear at all during normal use.
any of you's watching the stream?
I'm still
Just
going back and
see what
forth
you
from my game and that.
just if you were just to see what you thought of this sort of aft bridge. I'm not overly keen on it, but it's better than the original one I had. What do people watching the stream think? What we could do is have like a kind of staircase going up here, in between the two bridges, up to the iPad. There, that would look.
I think it. Yeah,
Brilliant.
it's narrower than the one below it.
This behemoth. Yeah, but I don't know. It doesn't. I'm not sure it needs to be too wide because it was really just as like an observation area, so you could kind of monitor the deck.
True, and that means less space for us to try and fill as well.
Yeah. So keep it as kind of small as it needs to be. Yeah, it's all right. What we'll do is we'll do another.
No, like Craig, I've sent you two pictures of a very beautiful thing I've seen today.
Okie doke. Give that a check.
It's
Ooh,
beautiful. It's shiny.
that is very nice.
That is so shiny. That's the most beautiful piece of engineering I've seen in a long, long time.
What
Because
is it? That actually looks so nice. Everything about it.
yeah, it is so clean and so nice. It hasn't been used at all. It's like brand new. You can see all the air inlets and all of that. It's just cored up. You can. It's a V8 twin turbo MTU.
Is it
And
out of a boat or is it out of a truck or something?
Yeah, no, it's a ship. It's a ship power plant. It's you can't really see the size of it, but
Oh, is it big?
it's up. Yeah, it's if you stood next to it, then it would be up to your chest at least.
Ah,
Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty sizable. It's a
anyone
V8
watching the
twin
stream
turbo.
not having a clue what he's talking about. It's just a very nice engine. V8
Yeah.
turbo,
Yeah, twin turbo, dude.
twin turbo. Does it have superchargers
Yeah.
as well?
No, just twin turbos.
No, just turbo.
Yeah, because it's 4-stroke, so it doesn't need supercharge.
Need to get them superchargers up there. Get you up on the plane quicker.
Would you say again?
Get the superchargers on, get you up on the plane quicker.
On the plane?
Yeah. Like
What do you mean on the plane?
probably doesn't really apply to the boat that's out of, but on smaller boats, like yachts and stuff, they would have a supercharger in them, and then that it gets them up so they're kind of riding on the water rather than in the water.
Oh yeah, I get
So-
it. For the plane, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy enough with this bridge ship actually.
Yeah, I can. This is the stuff that I've been seeing so far, so you can compare it yourself. Like how beautiful this thing is compared to this ship.
Ooh.
It's awful. And that is actually huge. That is actually huge.
That does look big, that one.
Yeah, it's taller than you. Like defo. And the things it has like 50 liters or something displacement.
50
And
liters.
it's like 50, I don't know, even more. I don't really remember. But
That's
the thing
insane.
is,
So-
it's so big, but it makes 600 horsepower. So it's really
is it
bad.
just me or is that the wing kind of small?
The bridge wing.
Yeah,
Well,
kind of narrow.
no, yeah, but was sort of thinking all my other boats have done, the bridge wing has been kind of huge, and then it sort of takes up the whole boat. But it doesn't need to be, like if you look at them on real boats, they're just like a kind of corridor nearly, all the way along to the side of the ship, and then there's just a wee panel that you can kind of control the ship from, which will probably sit about there. Although actually you're hearing this in like a minute before it'll come on the stream, so it won't really match up too well. But yeah, it's just going to be a wee panel on the side then that you'll be controlling it from, so it doesn't need to be overly wide, just need to be enough so you can walk down it.
Oh yeah, as long as you can see the bottom to the top.
Yeah. The jack-up legs are way too powerful at the back. Ends up just pushing the boat into like a front flip.
I'm guessing they don't go down equally then?
They do go down equally, but the back is lighter at the moment. Eventually they'll be relatively similar in terms of like their weight, but for now the back...
Yeah, engines, fuel tanks,
yeah,
you know, rest of the interior should balance it out a bit more.
yeah. The majority of the fuel tanks will be at the back, although there's going to be 2 engines at the front as well. So there'll be 5 engines overall, 4 propulsion engines, so 1 for each pod, and then 1 sort of auxiliary engine for generators, like as a generator for electric.
How do you want to solve the DP then?
What is it?
How do you want to resolve the DP?
I've got tunnel thrusters now.
Okay,
So-
but you need main propulsion too, right? So if it's going to be with regular engines, it's going to be kind of a challenge.
No, they will be, like, the engines will be generators, so they'll produce the power for the electric motors on the Azipods.
Okay, yeah.
So for every motor there's a generator. Right, what next? Yeah, I think I'm happy enough with that bridge wing for now. Or not bridge wing, the deck bridge. Because you can see everything, and you can kind of... You get a nice enough view of the deck, so I'll leave it for now, and then if we need to change it at a later date we can. Right, what should I do next? I think maybe I might start adding the engines in. At least the motors. So yeah, as I was saying there, each pod will have a motor, and then each motor will have a generator giving it electrical power. Where is this pod?
Have you guys tested out the new physics block?
Sort of. It didn't really do as well as I was expecting it to, but it was still a bit of an improvement.
Again, 20% to 30. It said so.
Yeah.
It's actually, or certain designs can be used.
It doesn't seem to
if you
work
have a-
in areas where there's a door, so it has to be just a sealed area, which is kind of limiting. So if you have like a custom door, it kind of breaks it then, because I tried that with one of my cruise ships and it just destroyed it.
You can't really go into these spaces, I have found, even if
Yeah.
you used other doors so far. So they're kind of, let's say, empty void spaces.
Yeah, they're not the spaces you need to go into anyway.
Yeah, especially, or I have it in this boat that was laggy due to the weight of it, but now with the new physics block, this is doing around 60 in physics. So
Yeah, it's definitely
the only
good
part,
when it's used right.
again, you need a ship that's, let's say, designed for the use in mind. I tried to put it into, or in my catamaran, didn't like it. Tried to put it in other boats. Yeah. It's
Okay.
only good for, let's say, the front section and the underside.
Yeah. Just general voids.
Yeah, just empty voids that you don't want to go down into or decorate.
So this will be
The
our
only thing I really
power
want
plant.
people to just go down and see to start the engine in the back half.
Yeah. So this will be our power plant. We're gonna have 4 of these, and
it works
they will be
really great because it deals with the physics on in the bottom half, so it will do absolutely nothing above the ship.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the other areas, which is good.
Yeah, and as long as it's an enclosed, blocked-filled space, it will work perfectly fine. And
So-
it simplifies this rainbow you see up here to simpler shapes,
Yeah.
is the idea of it.
So yeah, we're gonna have
I
4
also
of
kind of
these.
go crazy with the weight savings because that improves performance quite a bit as well on the upper portions of the boat.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot with this boat because I don't want to waste blocks that are going to be taken up by physics then on stuff that doesn't need it. So these are
Yeah,
going to
I
be
even-
our power plants.
I decorated the top of the room here with the 1x1 wedges, and used the 1x4s as more like the corrugated, or yeah, the walls due to the paint or the giant sign on the side of it.
So each
I
of these are going to
couldn't
have a
continue it in
generator.
certain other sections.
Does look like a bit of a big
But I
engine
just
for
need to
such
get
a small
decorating
generator,
the
but
interior. I think I
it'll be
have it all
grand.
spaced out now and layout and all that. It's just a lot of decorating to do. And figuring out how to get down to the engine room without. I obviously need to move the engines forward, same with the fuel tanks, since it's kind of. Or you can see where the funnel is on the boat, and the engines are clearly sitting right next to the propellers. It's not properly balanced.
So I'm going to remove these again briefly because I've just had an idea. And it is to use the back
And
of
this
the
bridge
wall
is
for
just
the
gonna be me filling it
pipes.
with a bunch of Lua displays
just watch this
and a nice
stream and see what it's
captain
like.
seat or something like that in the middle. But I think I nailed the design of it.
So yeah, I'm going to remove these and we're going to do a different design which will use the back end of the sort of jack up rig area as a bulkhead, and then that's going to be
Using
our
the,
engine rooms.
the decorated engines off the workshop.
Yeah, that's what I'm using in these as well. Just sort of engine models.
Yeah,
Speaking of engine
I haven't
models,
found,
get rid of these.
or for that ship, I'm supposed to add a Cummins to that one, and I haven't found any for the size of the boat.
So yeah, that wall there will act as our bulkhead, and then it'll have the
Thinking
engines in
about
front of it, so we need to
putting,
fit them in
one of
here
the
now.
cow power engines instead for decoration. Won't be accurate though.
Yeah, it's Stormworks. Like, not many people are gonna mind.
Yeah, so as long as they see a decorator.
Yeah, any
Or-
engine decoration's better than none, really.
Again, they're only going to be down there just to start the thing and walk all the way up to the bridge.
So redo this, but we'll do it a different way around this time. So it'll use these, and we'll curve it up. And I'm not entirely sure. I was going to have another engine in the middle here, like a wee small engine for the generator, so for charging the batteries and powering all the facilities on board. But now I'm kind of thinking that maybe that's not a great idea. Why did that not work? Oh, they're not symmetrical. Shoot. Oh, why did I do that? Right, okay. Redo all this again. Okay, we only have to do the first one, or this starboard side one. So we just need to move it over by one, and should be good to go. Nearly there. There we go. So I have 3, but there should be 4 spaces in between. And then we'll redo this again for like the 3rd or 4th time. Get ourselves a pipe angle. And then we will put the generator on. Hopefully these are all symmetrical now. Oh no, it's not habit. Okay, so we do that. Okay, that should be in the right place now. Yep. And now we've got 2 generators. Now, obviously a lot of space in here that we need to fill in. So, any ideas on how to fill that are welcome. Because it'll need to be filled with something to make it look like an engine room.
I have the actual picture of the ship I have built here.
What is it? Hang on. Just joining back up now. Oh! Actually, it's really good. Pretty accurate. Okay, so where do we want our funnels? Because there needs to be a funnel here, but also it's the bridge, so we can't have too much going on. If we go back to my remote.
Yeah, I'm pretty good building 1-to-1. Takes a while.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at some of these big boats in real life and see where their funnels are. As a reference. Yeah, I hate that when you build a whole ship and then you can't find out what it's supposed to look like. We could have the exhaust coming out underwater, but I don't know if that's gonna look too good. Especially if it's jacked up, because if it's jacked up, and I've just remembered, oh, we'll not be able to run the propulsion motors until it's above the water line, or above, or within the water. So from the moment it gets up on the legs, them engines will need to be shut down, otherwise they might overheat. So that one there has a, is that a funnel there? Wind lift? And this is a helipad as well, so maybe we could do something like that where the helipad goes off to the side. And we have the bridge off to the side as well then. Because some of them do seem to do that where they have the main part of the bridge off to the side and then have the wings kind of split around like that. That's a nice looking one there. That's kind of similar to how I want ours to look. Except it looks a lot better, but still. What one's that called? Jan de Nul. Okay. What about, is that? Yeah, that's that one that we saw a minute ago. So the whole bridge and the whole superstructure is off to the left, and then the helipad is above the bridge then, and then the crane sits across the deck. That's interesting. Could do something like that, maybe, or is that a jack-up arch? See if I can get any good images of this. See, this is literally just a jack-up barge. I have no idea what these are actually used for. It has two cranes on it, but it's basically all superstructure. It's strange, but it has a nice wheelhouse to it. Maybe it's an accommodation barge. Okay, let's get back to the actual images that we need to look at for what we're trying to do. I'm not sure what way we should do this, because if it can't come out the bottom, it can't come out underneath the ship, because then it just looks ridiculous. And then if it's above the ship, then does it look, what about out the side maybe? The side might be a good place to do it. I can't see anywhere on any of these ships where they have funnels. They just seem to keep them very well hidden, for whatever reason. Yeah, just all very secretive about where the funnel is. Okay, not to worry, we'll just make it up as we go along then. I'm sort of thinking here, if we do a funnel that kind of encompasses this part of the bridge and it sort of takes a wee chunk out of the bridge, That might look okay. Not sure how realistic it is, but are we going for realistic? Well, yeah, we are, but is it overly important? Also, yes, but the main thing would be to get it done. If we can't do it realistically, then yeah, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world. The main thing is to get it done, and so that we can use it. Let's get it lines up with there. So 5 blocked in. Actually, no, we don't. We could have just had pipes in there, but not to worry. We can get rid of them after if we need to. 4, 4, and that is the engine room. So then we'll just need to do some sort of system to route these over and get them into the right place. Now, it can't be symmetrical, that's the only thing. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Done that again. Right, so here on the bridge, we'll have these like this, and basically pipes coming up inside them. So let's get 4 straight pipes all the way down to the bottom. Once they're in place, then we can get rid of the kind of surround around them, because it doesn't really need them. So we can get rid of all that kind of crap, because no longer need it. So let's turn symmetry off then, and we'll start to build up our system to get it over there. So we'll have the green is air and the grey is exhaust. So the exhaust needs to go to the back. So the green will need to pass in front of the exhaust, and the exhaust will need to go around behind it then. I'm just going to grab a few of these and put them in my hotbar just so that I can grab them quickly. So these will go this way, this one will go that way, and then that just kind of clears it out of the way quicker. So exhaust will come out the front, or will it? No, the way I've got it set up, it's the other way around actually. So it needs to be these go this way. So this side will be easier than the other side. So the way I did it there now is the way it needs to be on the other side. Right, okay, that's easy enough to remember. Not too complicated at all. And then the same kind of system here. Nice, right. This side will not be as easy, but shouldn't be too bad. So pipe angle enclosed. I'll come out to there. Now this time, this has to go around the back of these. Actually, no, they're not high enough up. Damn. Okay, now they're in the right place. So this side, what way did I do it? I did green going to the back, so air is going to be at the back. And then the very front of the funnel will be the exhausts. Still on. Lego man's away. Right, back to work then. So these need to go all the way across actually. That's the wrong way around. Okay. Bring that out to there. Bring that out to there. Bring that out to there. And nice. Right. So, in theory, apart from fuel, these engines should now run. They've got exhausts and coolant, but no fuel or electric, and technically no exhaust because this is still a bit of a mess. Now we can go back on the symmetry so that everything's matching, and we'll bring that up there and that up there. And that can do there with an exhaust. Hopefully it's not too high up that it needs a pump, but if it does, we can add a few pumps in. So, what way do we want to style the exhaust then? A few ideas in mind. Mostly kind of something like that, where it's neat. Right. Not too bad looking. Obviously not the nicest funnel in the world, but it'll suffice for our uses. Obviously once we get our proper color scheme it'll be painted up and all, but not yet. Nice enough shape, and that one's not even. How's that? These are higher on that side than they are on the other. Okay, happy enough with that. Now, fuel, should we do that now or should we wait a bit? We'll wait until we know where everything else is going first before we do fuel tanks. Should turn the symmetry off for that. Just fill in them wee gaps and stuff. And then, actually what we could do is test the boat. Because now that it has the motors in place, we have propulsion, so we can drive it if we want to, so we will. I'll just install a simple wheel here. And WNS will go to the motors. All the motors should be driving the same direction of propellers, all that kind of stuff should all be the same, so hopefully it should just be plug and play. Oh, I've missed that one actually. I hooked it up to the wrong one. just go back and grab that then. And we'll save it actually, just so that we don't lose it. Okay, 146,000 blocks. It's getting very, very close to the point where we're going to need to spawn this in through a mission. We've only got 34,000 blocks to go. So, anyone that didn't know, there's no limit on what you can spawn in the mission, but in the workbench, the maximum you can spawn is 180,000 blocks. Right, will it work? Have I got infinite electric on? I do. She lives. She is driving fine. It's sitting nice and level while underway as well. Although we wanted to sit level all the time. That's the goal. Now we will dampen this kind of down a bit so that it doesn't have the same kind of torque that it does now, but yeah, I'd say that's pretty good on the spot turning. Turning within our length, turning within no distance at all. And it's just able to just run straight back out to sea again. Helipad isn't actually obscuring our view at all from there. It might actually be that if it was down low it would obscure our view more. But at the minute it's fine. I wonder how fast she is. Because whatever speed she's doing now is the maximum we can get her with this propulsion system. So no matter how many generators and stuff we have with the electric motors, the way they are now, they're powering the propellers to the maximum they could go to, which I think is like 19.5 energy. Or, yeah, energy I think it's measured. So, yeah, whatever speed that gets us, that's our maximum speed unless we add more propellers. So with these two here at the back will be our main propulsion. So they obviously steer the ship, all that, as well as the front ones. So the front ones are kind of like a backup, but also a sort of an extension of them too. Then we've got the tunnel thrusters at the front, which will be for side to side maneuvering and dynamic positioning. And then we have the possible stern thruster that I might add, but I'm not sure because we don't massively need it. It's only if we wanted to kind of do more precise dynamic positioning, but really with the ones we already have, it should be completely fine. So I'm gonna go down the only way that currently exists to go down to deck level. Obviously I probably could have just dropped down nicely instead of falling, but no need to worry. Now, this is the different thing as well. Currently these dials show the position of the thing, but what I'm going to do is stop that there because we're being lifted up at the back already actually. Currently they show the position, but what I want them to do, oh we're not actually, why is that one lower and slower? All these ones are even and that one, it must be on a different ratio. Interesting. So what these currently do is show the position of the rail. So there's a rail there and it shows how much of the leg has been deployed. Needs a stabilizer? Yeah, probably will need a stabilizer as well. So that one's on 11 and that one's on 9, so yeah, they are working on a different ratio. So yeah, these currently display how far underneath the ship these are. What I want them to do is show how far they are from the bottom, and that way you can kind of monitor them all and stop them before they hit the bottom. Which, I don't know, I might design a system that automatically stops them at the bottom if I can. If not, I don't know, we can see about some other system, but for the moment these show where they are along the slider. eventually I'm thinking we're going to have 2 panels for each of them, rather than just the 1 panel. We'll have 1 panel for controls and 1 panel for monitoring. So 1 panel will have the depth of the water at that area of the ship, the position of them on the slider, and then we're being lifted, aren't we? We are. Yeah, one panel will have all the controls. One panel will then have the position of them along the slider, the depth of the water, and the distance to the bottom, as well as some other gauge that I still haven't thought of yet. So what we need to do is raise this side up to match. Why is that not moving? Okay, that mustn't be wired right. Maybe it is and it's just buggy. It's slow, that's what it is. Ah, it's all the weight. It's because they're on a lower ratio. I think they're on 1:4 at the moment. When they are in use, in service, they'll be in 1:32. So that way, theoretically, they will be able to lift a lot more weight. I really want to get them completely deployed so we can test our step system. So you can go over onto them. But I don't know if that's going to work. Let's raise them all up and see what that looks like. Do you really like these? I'm quite happy with how these look. I might have overdone it with the red and white kind of stripes around the top. We might not need as much of them. But we can always take them off if we need to, and then just create more distance for them to go down, which should be good. So they're all nearly in sync apart from this one, which is slower than the rest of them for a reason which I still haven't figured out. Oh, isn't that a scary height to look down? Let's just check. Player damage is definitely off, so we're all good if we fall. Oh my god. Aim for the water. The ultimate diving board. Although realistically that would probably kill you. Is that one there falling slow as well? No? It is? It's really weird. They're all coming up at different speeds. Strange. Anyway. What else do we have to do today? I'll be honest, I'm kind of running out of things to do because I'm still trying to kind of plan it out in my head. I didn't really have a plan coming on tonight. Usually I would have a brief idea of what I'm going to do and what needs to go where and stuff, but tonight has been more about figuring stuff out. So it probably hasn't been too interesting to watch, but at least you've got an update. Let's just check this port quarter. It's on 1:16, and these ones are on... Oh, they're all 1:16. Is this one maybe going slower? Oh, that's not good. Why is that one going slower then? All of them are on? Okay, that's an issue for another day maybe. You know what? I might do the staircase for the back. Because we're going to need a staircase that brings you up to the back level of the boat. And also, I've just had another idea. Because obviously now this bridge goes the whole way across, there's no way of getting from either side. So you need to walk into the bridge to go to the other side. What we could do is bring that bridge back 2 meters and then have another external deck here. So let's see, 2 meters. Okay, 2 meters might be a bit overkill. Let's add a meter back to that. Get rid of that. And then remove all that. as I said, all of this is kind of like experimental stuff. I'm not dead set on any of this. Let's get the selection tool and bring it across. Let's make sure we're getting all of it in. So it'll still be on the edge, but it'll just be further back than it was before. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Your opinion may differ. But we'll give it a go anyway. If no one likes it, we can change it and it'll be alright, but we'll have to try these things. Yeah, it's alright actually. It eliminates quite a big issue, which is that you can't get from one deck to the other. That now becomes an issue. That this looks a bit stupid now. How do we get rid of that? Or fix it at least. Don't know. Maybe that's something we just get rid of altogether.
Hey, you there?
Hello? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, that's fine. I was away for a while.
Yeah, no worries. Just making some
So-
revolutionary design changes on here.
Okay. What exactly are you doing?
What is it?
What exactly are you doing?
So you know the bridge at the back?
Yeah.
So originally it was flush with the back of the ship. If you're looking at the stream, might be up to that point now, I don't know if it is. But I've now moved it back a bit, so there's a lower deck on the deck below it. So there's an external deck basically, and it means you can get from one side of the outer decks to the other without going through the bridge itself. And
Okay. Yeah,
Just-
I can see it on stream now.
yeah,
Okay. I think it's a good idea.
yeah, hopefully it'll look alright once it's all sort of put together properly. And then at one side, I'm not sure which side yet, we're going to have a staircase then. So that way you can come up from the
Yeah. I'm
from
sorry.
deck.
What are we going to do? What are we going to have?
A staircase. So coming
Oh, a
up
staircase.
from deck level. So an external staircase. There will be internal ones as well, but just so you don't need to go inside if you're out on deck.
Yeah, external staircases are neato. I like them. They look real nice.
Yeah, we need to figure out what design then to do that in. Could actually have it so that it comes out onto the, so it kind of hangs over the back maybe, the staircase.
What did you say about hanging out the back?
So the way there's the, do you know the walkway around the deck? The way it comes about a meter off the back of the superstructure. We could have the actual stairs themselves sort of flush with the superstructure, but then the bit that you kind of go up and, or the bit that brings you from one part of the staircase to the other could be sort of in line with the bit that kind of hangs off the back of the superstructure, like the walkway.
Yeah, I can see it. I can imagine it. Yeah, I think that's a pretty clean solution.
I'll do it anyway, and then we can see if it looks any good. If not, we can scrap it.
Yeah. I know. I'm not a fan of jack of things. It's just not really my forte. I would say.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer just kind of more sleek designs. Just jack up is kind of all over the place.
Mm.
Oh, huge legs, boxy. It's not really for me.
Yeah, I'm not usually a fan of the boxy stuff, but I don't know. I think it kind of suits this ship because it's more of a utility ship than a kind of fancy ship, you could say.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, everyone's gonna have different opinions on that, I think. See, the original design for this that I did like ages ago had a more kind of curved superstructure, but it ended up looking a bit stupid, I think, because it made it look like a ferry or something. It didn't look as kind of robust as it should.
Oh yeah, I got you. I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, the ship it's a jack-up, right? It has to look like that.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of the whole aesthetic, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I just,
I wouldn't choose it myself, to be honest, either. But
yeah, but you're doing it.
yeah, that's true. I would choose it for this, but anything else definitely would go with more kind of sleek.
Yeah. What about the supply ship? What was that? It's a subsea construction, right? And
Subsea will be sort of like a big kind of look up it's called North Sea Giant, because that's
North Sea Giant.
Yeah, it's a ship called North Sea Giant, I think. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm basing the supply ship off in my head. I haven't even started the supply ship yet. But then also, if you look in the Discord, there's some images of the supply ship. Oh no, subsea construction one is going to be North Sea Giant. The supply ship will be like just a kind of generic supply ship, but there's already one of the guys.
They all look the same.
Yeah, they're a pretty standard design with them, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
they're raised on the front, just have a flat bed at the back.
Yeah, it's like a flatbed truck.
Thing. Yeah, but for water.
It works, I suppose. But yeah, there's a guy already has started work on that, and it looks pretty good. So you might be able to find it if you go back in the offshore chat, offshore wind, whatever the chat's called. If you go back a bit in that
offshore wind project.
Yeah. If you go back a bit in that, you might be able to see it. It's like an orangey. I think he's painted it like orangey red, and it looks a bit more sleek. Jeez.
Oh, so that's the thing. That's the ship.
That's the supply ship, yeah.
Okay. I don't know, kind of. The nose is kind of off for me. I don't know about you, but the nose kind of feels off for me.
It's an interesting nose. I kind of like it. It's kind of quirky. But
yeah, definitely is quirky. The bulbous bow is a little bit. The bulbous bow is a little bit too small for my taste, but that's fine. I can see a tower thruster right there, so that's good for DP at least.
Yeah, it kind of lends itself to it.
Yep. DP is cool.
So this
either way, I think I'll be slowly going since I kinda just can't really come up with anything else with the microphone file.
Yeah, no worries. Lego Man also seemed to have slipped off somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean it's it's you kind of reach a stage where you start doing things and they just for some reason just refuse to work altogether when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I think that's the stage where I just say okay.
Look at it tomorrow.
We should take a break. Yeah. probably right.
Right. Well,
Well,
thanks
anyway,
for,
yeah.
thanks for showing me that.
just,
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll just leave it to it. And yeah, thanks for helping out with this.
No worries.
It didn't go super smooth, but yeah, at least we checked it works.
Yeah. Right. See you.
Yeah, see you too. Have a good night.
Right, I'm probably gonna head off soon as well, actually, but we'll get this staircase done, and then we can get a good idea of what it's gonna look like. I'm not entirely sure this will look any good at all. It's definitely not up to everyone's kind of tastes, but yeah, it'll work all right, I suppose, if we can get it right. But yeah, give this kind of 10 or 15 minutes just to kind of finish it off, and we'll be good to go. Anyone still watching? What do you think of the ship? Do you think it's boxy, or do you think it's what do we think of the design? And well, everything actually, just anything that you can think of that's a feature that could be changed or fixed or improved, let me know. And also, what do you think of this idea? If you can even figure out what I've done here. I'm actually struggling myself to kind of figure out what I've done. I sort of know what I'm doing. I know what I'm wanting to do, and I know what I'm wanting it to look like based off other ships, but you can't really do the same thing in Stoneworks. But I'll give it my best go at least. See, you know, before we do that, I'll add the parts to the outside of it. That way we can actually see what it looks like before we're doing all the detailing. Right. This bit up here is going to be a bit weird because it's so narrow, but I don't know. Maybe we can tweak it about a bit so it's not as weird looking. Or we could even move this bridge off to the side because it doesn't need to be centered. Sometimes not having it centered kind of adds a bit of an interesting look to it, which is good. Are they too far in, maybe? Is it going to be too narrow coming up the stairs? To get all the way to the top? sort of not keen on this idea at the moment. At least if we build it, we can eliminate it then as an idea, but yeah, overall not so sure. And I was painting these the wrong colour. Damn it. Right, let's see what we think of this. It's weird looking, but is it nice looking at the same time? Some things like this where they're on like a ship that looks like it should have them. Well, it doesn't look like it should have them, but it looks like it doesn't look terrible that it has them. Stuff like this sometimes looks alright, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide, because I'm sort of split over the whole thing. And now, it's going to be a very small gap through there. Might need to change that about a bit. Oh, I don't know. It sort of solves one problem, but then creates like 5 more. Right, that's about as much of that as I want to do before I kind of get serious about it. What do we think? Do we like it, or do we hate it, or do we sort of not mind it? I don't mind it. I'll take that kind of bracket. I think with a bit of sort of cleaning up to it, it will work. It's obviously not the prettiest thing ever, but hopefully it'll do the job alright. If we add like a kind of support thing to it, maybe make it look a bit more realistic. Well, we'll not really be able to tell properly until we spawn it in, so we'll give it a go and we will see what it looks like in the flesh. Threw that out for no reason. Pew. There it is. I was wondering why it was taking so long to spawn in there. No, look. Is this... That's too narrow, isn't it? You can still fit through it, but it looks a bit stupid. You can walk down alright, okay. The doors open inwards, and then sort of like an external access to the outside deck. That doesn't line up, so it doesn't look great. Yeah, okay, we'll change that about. So if you're coming around the corner, you see all this. Yeah, it's alright, I suppose. It's not in the way of anything, that's the good thing. Everything else is going to be taking place on deck, so that kind of thing isn't too big of an issue. Oh, should have got a screenshot of it. Damn it. Hang on, spawn it back in and we'll get a screenshot of it and then we can try and get a vote maybe. Right. Now we can take it back to the workshop. And I'll put these on Discord. Okay, then we'll hopefully be able to get a vote based off the Discord, and then we can see what people think. I like it, but yeah, it's not really to everyone's taste. I can understand that. So what else do we need? We need to line all these stuff up actually. So we'll get rid of that. And didn't do that. That level's a bit different because it already has the support from the original one, but yeah, on a whole, it'll stay like this. Yeah, top level definitely needs some level of smoothing, and then it also needs to, and I also need to work out how we get up to the bridge then, because the whole idea with this deck was that we would be able to get up to the bridge easier, but so far it hasn't made it easier. I don't know about that at all. Yeah. Anyone wondering why this is all pink and purple? It's just so we can replace the color. So once we decide a color, we can replace it and it'll change the color of everything, rather than having to go around and paint everything individually. Should we have done the stairs as well in that color? Probably should have. I'm going to keep the outside of it white though, to kind of remove it, and then we'll make it whatever color the superstructure is. Yeah, okay. We'll leave that for now, and we will continue our work on a mast and the helipad. Because the mast is not the most important part, but it's definitely important in a lot of ways. Because it has all of our lights on it, it has all of our stuff like that. So let's just go over and look at the masts. So copying one like this, that is a fairly simple mast. This is a fairly small ship, about the same size as ours probably. So it has a small mast and then the helipad way out in front of the bridge, as well as a lifeboat actually. That's interesting. It's actually a really interesting design overall. Not sure about that. This one here, on the other hand, has a big array of navigation equipment that we probably don't need, but we're gonna have a lot of stuff anyway. So it's still gonna need to be a big mast. This one is kind of a mix. It's sort of a medium mast, but then a smaller helipad as well by the looks of it. And the helipad's higher up. Is this the one that has the bridge kind of off to one side? Or is it centered? Sometimes it's a bit hard to tell with them. What about if the mast is somewhere else? Can it be anywhere else? Near the crane maybe? No? Oh no, that actually, no. Okay, never mind that idea. The only other thing that could be somewhere else is the helipad hanging off the back, but I don't really want to do that. Because then it would kind of get in the way of where you're supposed to be dropping in the wind turbines. So that wouldn't be ideal. It's a nice view looking down. See, that's got a helipad there with the mast literally right beside it. Maybe the regulation about like H1 and H2 helipads and all, maybe that's to do with the size of the helicopter. So if it's a H1 helipad, maybe it means that like the biggest helicopter that can land on it is the same size as the helipad. So maybe you don't need to worry about the rotors kind of overlapping the helipad, or going further than the helipad. You know how high up that one is? That's pretty cool. And then it's got a big water thing falling down. This is what I was wondering as well. Will we need to drop hoses and stuff down to the water so that we have a constant supply of water? Because otherwise we lose kind of firefighting abilities, although we can tank water maybe. That might be the best way to do it. Tank water, and then you sort of have a limited reserve, which isn't the best thing to hear when you have a fire on board, but maybe if there's a fire on board, the automatic procedure would be to lower yourself back down to water level, and then that way you can tank more water. Perhaps. That's a good design there. The helipad's off to one side. All the other stuff's kind of off the other side. This is like a massive lift ship though. Look at the size of the crane on that. It is stuff like this that kind of makes this pretty difficult. Like, do you make it realistic and have the mast where it is on one boat, or do you have it so it's kind of good looking? Right, anyway. Enough of that, we'll just build, I suppose. Let's see. Right. So if you have a center line, let's just do a thing here so we can kind of tell where it's going to be. Obviously that's on our mast. It's going to be a bit more detailed than that. But then it's very, very close to the helipad. Maybe our helipad's too big. Maybe the helipad is in the wrong place. Like if the helipad's moved forward and made smaller, maybe that would be the way to do it. I'm also kind of thinking redesign the curve here. Nope, never mind actually, I've just realised that's not going to work. Not sure about the helipad overall. I'm sort of thinking no helipad. Even though we've had an overwhelming majority of people say helipad. Yeah, 5 votes for helipad, no votes for against helipad. I don't know. How long have we been on? We've been on, Jesus, we've been on nearly 3 hours actually. Maybe we'll leave it there then. We'll have a look around, see what else we need to do, and I'm gonna make an actual plan for the next stream because this one, I'll admit, was a bit of a mess. Could maybe, let's see. I don't know if anyone's familiar with keel tunnels, but they're like big tunnels that go along the whole length of the keel. I want to do one of them, but we don't have a keel, which is kind of a pretty crucial part of them. So yeah, that's an issue. We could, I think what we will do though is have one along each of these ones here. So we'll basically just call them our keel and do a keel tunnel along that. Maybe that would be a good way to end the stream, do a keel tunnel. Should we do it like a kind of curved round, or what should our design be? See, realistically I think this should be underneath the engine, so it's not going to be entirely realistic, but let's be honest, not really much of this is. It will also be access to inspection areas for fuel and stuff like that. So you'll come in at one side, and then it'll go all the way along to the end. Although I might cut it out at the bulkhead for the engine room. I don't know. I'll have a look at some stuff, some other like images and videos and stuff of keel tunnels, and then we can detail that. What else can we do just to finish this off? Nothing. Get rid of all this crap here. Is it obvious that I'm just kind of looking for something to do? Yeah. This was a bit of a disaster of a stream, so apologies. But next time I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do first and then do it, rather than kind of mess about and try and do it that way. Get this last bit here. It looks more like a ship now, that's the good thing. Now it's got its bridge, it's got its hulls finished, it's got the sides finished. all it needs now is a crane, and it'll start to really take shape to what it needs to look like. But for another day, I also need to figure out how to build a crane. Might just get someone else to build the crane, to be honest. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Not sure if we'll be back on tomorrow because I need to figure out a lot of stuff before we come on. But yeah, I'll give it a go. Anyway, see you later. Bye bye.